Imagine you are a developer of a property or from an estate levy, and there are hundreds of people who want to buy into that your property. What would they prefer? Would they prefer you have finished your house, done everything, painted, done whatever needs to be done, and you just pack your bag and move it? Or you, as a property owner, you want to be able to dictate the color of the house, the kind of tiles to put there, and also. So many developers will build what we call skeleton structure. They build a skeleton, a structure. They sell it for cheap, and they allow you to put the kind of windows you want. Maybe with a little bit of say, please, your window must be blue or whatever it is, or your room must be red, or in some cases, all the rooms must be red. But some certain things are done according to the window. The average Nigerian graduate is just like the first or skeleton structure. Check it from the average Nigerian graduate. The US system teaches you, gives you the structure and foundation to be able to search for knowledge and to be able to acquire more skills. And that is why when somebody graduates in geology, Shell will take that geology and take it for 6 months or 9 months training in how to work in Shell. Because Chevron has no way how to work in Chevron. Stepler has no way how to work in Stepler. Will the university system be able to train somebody for Shell or Chevron or Stepler and at the same time produce our mind and power? No. But there is an average, a basic thing that is built into every country that when you get out, then you have to begin to explore. I'll tell you something today. If I ask you, within 30 seconds, please give me the meaning of premillennialism. Premillennialism. No time, but I ask you now. When the next time someone is going to come and read the meaning, but during my time, we have to go to Encyclopedia Britannica to be able to know that, which means we have to go to the library. But now, at your level now, within 30 seconds, go to Google, go to Google Map, go to get all the information in your head. I asked a group of people, I said, are the current generation less educated than our own generation? People say, yeah, okay, wait. I called a man, I said, your TSP in the house, who operates it? So my family. I said, when you bought your last Android phone, who did you talk to? How to use our new phone? In primary school. Oh, when you want to correct something in your television, who does the setup? It's my daughter. And you say you are wise, and then I'm not ready. The real issue is not that education has gone down. For those of us who are mathematicians, it is the proportionality that has gone down. If you still see a reasonable first-class market, you still as eligible as before. But because now you send 1 million people to school in the same year, unlike in the past when only one person in the village go to school, and that happens to be the best. In my hometown in 1968, only one person went to Britain and came back. Only one person. And when he came back, the whole village celebrated. We had party, and that was the only party my father allowed me to attend. Because they went together to go and welcome his man back from London. Only one person. But here now, in our family, all of us, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, who know if I'm going to Britain, what's it now? And when somebody says that our insurance system is terribly bad, I say no, we have problems. Not that we don't have problems, but the issue is the issue of proportion. When a father now in his own house, there are 5 of children in the university at the same time, whereas in one place before, everybody will contribute money to send one person to one. Yes, some years back. So it's different. So literacy has improved. But the big problem we have is that there are still people who are in the university. Mark my words, who are not supposed to be in the university. By the Nigerian educational system, there are those who were supposed to have gone to learn skills or go to a technical college or to trade. I'm not saying they are useless, because there are people who go to trade center, go to polytechnic, and go back to university and become PhD holders. For your information, my former vice chancellor, Professor AKURE, started from grade 3. Sorry, started from primary school, modern school. From modern school, we went to grade 3. From grade 3, we went to grade 2. From grade 2, we went to grade 1. From grade 1, we went to NC before he did a bachelor, did a master's, and a PhD. Can you see line? And in those days, people who went to modern school were supposed to have been written off. All of a sudden, they became vice chancellor. So nobody is the right one. But the point is that we cannot open the educational system in peace. I have my younger sister who spent 3 years in one class in secondary school and grade out and was asked to go to teachers college. She now went to grade 2. After being grade 2, she went NC. Before she died, she had a bachelor's degree. But it took her 11 years. Many of us don't understand something. See, whatever you don't value, you appreciate. We don't value our system. I'm sorry to say. Now, I'm talking to you now. I don't want to be like Paul, who said, whatever it is, I'm a lawyer, I'm a Jew, I'm a Roman, I'm blah, 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 blah. But let me tell you something. If it's about the education system, I still know a little bit more than you. I was in Barclays for years. I spent time in Australia, University of Vienna. I went to University of Liverpool. I went to the University of Essex for my PhD. Right? I taught again for 2 years in the University of Kampala International University. So when it comes to comparative analysis of the educational system, I have an idea of what I'm saying. The last time I was in Kampala, somebody said, Nigeria professor. He said, Uganda professor, rubbish. That's the way they look at us. And we don't have value for us. Go to South Africa. Almost 5-6 vice chancellors in South Africa are Nigerians who started their education from Nigeria. Even in the United Kingdom, there are about 2 or 3 vice chancellors now who are Nigerians who started from Nigeria. If they did not find those people useful, would they have been able to appoint them? Oh, go to Canada now. They're coming here to recruit doctors. America is doing that. And you still say your system is not good. No, it's not your system that's bad. It's the way the system is operated, which makes it become disadvantage. Oh, now ASU is on strike. ASU is on strike now. Why are we on strike? 2009, we started agreements with the federal government. Today, all the things that were signed have not been implemented. When I came back from Britain in the year 2009, my salary here was more than what I was earning in Britain. Now I'm earning 10% of what I was earning before. I would have voted, I would have gone back, but I felt that my love is not there. It's here. If I was there, I would have been able to speak for all of you. All the training that God has invested in me, just like Pastor said, will I have been able to utilize those people here today if I was in. So please remember one thing. Don't use your personal particulars, your personal situation to say that's the way things work. Your pastor, Brother David, if he steps to the University of today, he's going to be celebrated as a brilliant person. Take it from me. Because when I got to the University of Liverpool University, I came top of the class, coming from Nigeria. I was teaching them about statistics, teaching them all manners of things that they were not interested in. You see, the issue of their system is that they are not versed in the basics, but they have opportunities and exposure to all manners of things that can also give them opportunity to cement their platform. But we have the foundation, but we cannot give upon the foundation. So I want to teach us one thing, to value what we have got. But at the end of it, I'm not telling you The value of it is what you put into yourself, what you add to yourself, the additions to knowledge. There are those who are here and who are constant, but they sit at Buluku, they don't know that education is dynamic. Where you think there are deficiencies, go there and plug because you already have the structure in place. I hope you are hearing what I'm saying. Huh? Do you know that in the past it was not possible for somebody to go and do MSc in computer science if they had done a BA in English? Now, if you did a BA in English and you look at yourself and believe you can do computer science, there are structures even in this country for you to learn how to MSc in computer science. Thank you very much. So, questions will not be done.
Thank you so very much. And I'm sure you know I allow you to go ahead to take charge of the 100 minutes you have. But then I'm sure you are doing with me and all the things that you have highlighted to the point. I want you to please put your hands together. And with all that other people. You and of course, this address. God bless you. Of course, I have that right inside. Also, a member of the house is being a co-manager of both church in the past, youth counselor, teacher, pastor, and all of that. Who is presently leading the King's Church affairs. Then our brother Dr. Philippus is also a priest of God. Very much. God continues that we'll be talking about today. But I'd like to also indicate that in preparation for this meeting, because it's so much of this strategic program for us, we have gone ahead to do some spade work. First of all, we have some people who will be contributing to this discussion, even from outside the consideration of people who are in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. I know we have two people from the United States of America who are going to be contributing to this discussion. We have someone from Abuja, Lagos, two people from Lagos, and of course we have God's new wonderful people on that. Please celebrate yourself. So it's not just another thing. It's not just another thing. Thank God for the introductory presentation by Dr. Benjamin. And then before I come to Dr. Tolu, ask us to take one of, okay, maybe the box box ready, 4. I will take 2 or 3 of them. Voices, what we are looking at is skills or certificates or skills, whereas the balance. Is that okay? So we have 1, 2, 3 people who have said their contributions, and we're going to take them now. Let's take 2. Are you ready for us? What we are looking at is skills or certificates, whereas the balance. Is that okay? So we have 1, 2, 3 people who have said their contributions, and we're going to take them now. Let's take maybe 2. Are you ready?
Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Obolu. I am a lawyer and I am a real estate consultant. I'm currently in the United States pursuing my second master's, because it's Masters of Business Administration. And I am here to talk to you about differences between the skill and the certificate. All right, now when you're talking about skill, now I'm talking about certificates. Now let me start with certificates. All right, now a certificate can only guarantee you a job. But what keeps you on the job is your skill, because eventually they are going to be checking your ability, they are going to be checking your resilience, they are going to be checking your passion, they are going to be checking the value you have to bring to that company or organization. What they are ultimately going to look at is your skill. All right, it's your skill that guarantees your next level. It's your skill that positions you in the marketplace, that makes you valuable, even in your job business. Certificate is just a paper qualification. It's just something that shows that you are ready to get a job. What keeps you on the job, even though you've gone to the job, is your skill. I'll tell you what, the reason is this, that, for example, if you are laying up a whole lot of sacking, now it is your skill that matches your value. It is what presents to other people that you are valuable, that you have all it takes to take that company or that organization to the next level. So skill is important. Skill polishes you. A skill positions you in the marketplace at the best place of your job. All right. So the skill versus certificate, yeah, get certificate, but go further to get a skill. The skill is more important than just a mere degree or a certificate. Okay, you have to know that. That is really, really important. That is very, very important. So a skill marks you out. A skill makes you outstanding. A skill helps you sell that position of your business even further. It helps you make that business to be sellable. It makes you shine. All right. But a certificate is just something that creates an awareness of your qualification. But in a true sense of it, what creates even a deeper qualification is a skill.
Thank you. That was Stephen Ogolu. Stephen Ogolu is a medical practitioner. Like you said, he's also right now he has an MSc in law, and then he's right now pursuing business administration because he's connected in the United Nations, doing a lot of stuff in the US. I want us to take just one more before we go to
Skills versus. My name is Jay Arden, current CEO of this company. We started in 2009. My strong belief is certifications are only as important as the practical skills they help you acquire and they teach you how to apply. That being said, I don't believe any certification outside of being a doctor or a lawyer is worth the money that being paid. Let me share why. I was recently invited to apply for a position, not even apply, to interview for a position, a very highly solicited position. The job description read as this: we want somebody who can serve as leader, take ownership and responsibility for getting that result, is comfortable with minimal direction and high expectations. The final part is what I think is the most important. The person said, degrees are welcome, but not required. Show us what you've done and can do beyond what you learned in school. This is the current reality. This is the future of work. Degrees are welcome, but not required. What's more important is when you can show about what you've done and when you can do beyond what you learned in school. That being said, I believe that few very important principles to keep in mind, to be productive, and to be valued in today and tomorrow's time. Number one, you have to enjoy talking to people.
Please always.
Number two, You have to have the substance to hunt for the information that you want. Number three, you need to develop the ability to think critically and analytically. Number four, you need to have the courage to come to a conclusion and act. Number five, you need to commit and act decisively with focused dedication. Number six, be open to being wrong and exercise the humility to accept and admit when you are wrong. And finally, be intentional about what you feed your mind and the people you spend time. I hope you found this useful. In conclusion, skills are infinitely more important in today's world. Thank you. Finally, be intentional about what you feed your mind and the people you spend time with. I hope you found this useful. In conclusion, skills are infinitely more important in today's world. Thank you. Finally, be intentional about what you feed your mind and the people you spend time with. I hope you found this useful. In conclusion, skills are infinitely more important in today's world. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That was the apology, the CEO Wilson's memory. Hanging around what I saw a few weeks ago. We spoke at Access event and just learned his ways to discussion. I hope you took notes. Today, we emphasize things that we must take up as responsibilities for our life. I hope you know. At least I love for you to everyone, please take note. This is not just the debate and somebody is coming up to the right or wrong or whatever. So every speaker is going to be giving you points, please I want us to take note. Even though today I think we're doing the rapporteur of this event. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I want us to take one more person before I talk to you. The person I'm calling on again now is based in the United States of America, but it's not just that few weeks ago it was. So it's very, very much on ground in Nigeria. It's by God's grace, specialists, consultants, UNFPA, in different parts of Africa, and doing great things in the United States of America. Besides, it keeps working. One of the resource persons, access was telling speaking to us. That's in person of Dr. AKURE Diary. Please be polite.
Thank you. Yes, I'm here. Are you hearing me?
Thank you so very much for agreeing to be part of this. Dr. I'm sure it's maybe about 4 a.m. in the United States of America right now. But you have decided to stay awake so that you can speak to us. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
For what you bring amongst your
Amen. Amen. Are you hearing me? Are they hearing me? Are you hearing me, Mr. Kiyami?
The speaker is sounding. The speaker is sounding.
Are you hearing me?
Okay, we can hear you. The person I'm going to connection. We are
Let me speak up. This team.
Sorry, I just want to confirm that you are hearing me. Are they hearing me? Are they hearing me? Yeah. So please confirm if you are hearing me so that I know and I can speak. Sorry, are you hearing me? Okay. Okay, I'll try and speak, and thank you so much for the opportunity. And I want to say thanks to everybody, the organizers, and for making it possible for some of us to be able to join from here. The topic is so important, and I've listened to the contributions earlier, which I think validates the real need for us to do this. There's a lot to speak about, and just like Mr. Pastor Wale Akinyami mentioned, I work for UNFPA, and I have worked for UNFPA at international level for 25 years, altogether over 27 years. And I've worked on all these issues. One of the issues that I spend so much of my time on is on issues of youth, what my organization does to support youth. And by the grace of God, I'm also happy to say that I was behind even the African Union Youth Charter for the whole continent that is being done, which was done through my organization when I was leading the youth section, and we did that. And even the youth network that is being used to support, to reach out to the young people in the entire continent, which is called African Youth and Adolescent Network. I also worked behind the scenes to make sure that it's realized. So the issue of youth is so important to me, and there's so many things that we can talk about. It's not something that we can finish in one day. But let me just go to the point, and I'll probably make references to some of the contributions that people have made earlier. One, we're saying skills versus certification. For me, it is not either of, and it also depends on where you are and what you are doing. Number one, there are some, for example, in the United States, there are the jobs that you think you don't need certificate for in Nigeria, you will need certificate for it and license for them to do it. And I actually remember that we used to crack joke that even to sweep, you might have to be a licensed sweeper. And what we mean by that is that even plumbing, even electrician, even the construction workers, they need to get certified for those things. So when you talk about certificate, maybe it depends on the environment that we're talking about. So, but I would speak in the context of Nigeria that, okay, some of those work, you don't really need to get certification, but what you really need is to know how to do it very well and do it very well. But that depends on what you want to be. But let me group this thing into 4 areas for us to be able to address it and make it easier. For me, you need to make up your mind what you want to do in life. And for you to be able to do that, you need to consult God. And if I can just make one reference to one Bible verse, that or maybe 2 of them, I think it's in Daniel chapter 1, I think about 4 or 5, where they were describing Daniel and his 3 Hebrew boys, that how God has equipped them with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in what they are doing and what they're, generally, and being able to learn fast and everything. But if you go further, you will see that the Bible also made reference to skills that Daniel has, which was a little bit different from his colleagues. So which means there's a difference between wisdom, knowledge, and everything, but that's aspect of hand that is important. The second area that I would like to quote also, beyond that one, is in the book of Exodus. You remember when Moses was going to build in the wilderness, God said, I have anointed Bezalel and with the Spirit of God, who has the skill to be able to do work in artisan and everything. So that's also special skill that God can also give to people. So for me, non-negotiable. If you are lucky to know God at this stage, stick to him, get to know him very well, and let him reveal to you what he has equipped you to do. For me, that's number one. So either the certification or anything, that's a solid ground that that is unquestionable. I might not have done it when I was younger because I did not know. But if you ask me now, if I'm supposed to relive my life, that's the first foundation that I will pick. That's number one. Number two is if you really want to, you need to decide at what level you want to pick it on. If you want to really be the top level of your profession, the top and the topmost level, I will tell you, you need the two. You need your certificates, you need your skills. Your certificates will get you, like somebody said earlier, will get you the job and everything. But even there is also difference in the certification. The first class is different from third class or ordinary, or pass. So you need to be able to know that as a student, as a young person, put in your best to get the best certificate if you want to be at the top level. That's number one. At that top level, if you get into the place, even before you get into the place, in the process of you trying to get the certificate, the determination and the input you put into it, the knowledge, how studious you are, how diligent you are, will determine the skills and your ability to know some of those things. There used to be a joke from one of our friends. It says, those who will get first class and upper, a second class upper, they don't just rely on what the lecturer says only in class. They go beyond that. They go and search for that. So that's the second level. The first level. That is the top and the topmost. And I'm happy Professor Olumekun, if I had him, if he's on ground there, that would be great. Olumekun and I happen to be classmates when we were in higher school in HSC, in Ondo Boys High School, a couple of years back. So if he's on ground, that would be great. Okay, the second thing, the third thing I want to say, which is the second level, the mid-level career. In the mid-level career, you also need certification, you need your skills. But what you are going to get at that level is a little bit different from the top of the top. In the top of the top, you've got to make up your mind if that is the level to which you want to get to. So the certificate, your skills is still important. Then I got to the third level in terms of where you want to put yourself, where I was talking about the artisans and the people that are doing the vocational, and I think somebody made reference to trades schools earlier, which is like the vocational training, what we used to call technical schools in those days. For me, I would say that if those things are there and everything, rather than somebody going into the university and you finish from the university, you are not able to get a job, it is better for you to have learned those things and then know what you want very well and be able to establish yourself in that line. So that's that. And then in America, there was a dialogue on that about a couple of years back to say that, is it really worth it for people to go to the university and everything and they get so much debt? We are lucky in Nigeria that you go to university, you don't have so much debt. For somebody to finish a medical school here, by the time you finish it, you might be having a debt of almost about $300,000 that you have to pay back. So then, even the other degrees that you have. So people are saying that, why don't you go to the trade school or the vocational schools where you can get certificate that is not too too much demanding, and you don't have to pay so much for, particularly for plumbing, for electrical, for construction and everything. And these guys are highly paid when you do that. But you need to know, is that what God really wants you to do? Is that what the area you want to go into? But rather than go to the university and be roaming the street without getting something, a job to do or anything, I would say do something at that level. That's the third area. The fourth area for me, which is also one of the most important areas in America, which has to do with both farming. In America, you can do degree in farming and everything, but you can also be a farmer without even having the degree at all. And this group of people are people, they really have they control the economy. Let me use that word. They control the economy because anything that has to do with food is in demand almost every day. So that's the initial basic point that I'm establishing. Then the point that somebody made earlier, that prosperity is not money. I want to put an anecdote to it. I like that point, but I would say prosperity is not only money. Money is important, but money is not absolutely what you need to have. It's money with integrity, money with moral standard, money with ethics is what is needed. And that's what the Bible preaches, that it says those who, the love of money is the root of all. If you say, I must be rich by all means, that's when you go to do the wrong things. And I remember one of my mentors, Warren Buffett. He says something. He says, if you feel that that money is so important for you that you must get it, he said you do the wrong things for money, and that's why the person was speaking earlier and was talking about the boys who are doing rituals and everything for. Let me tell you, there's no doubt about it. The Bible makes it so clear. The end of those people, it is going to be, the tragedy will be terrible. They might look as if they're doing it and everything. And I mean, I'm happy that you made reference to the dressing of the people. Even if you have $1 billion, if your dressing does not, show to something, there's a level to which you must be for me to allow you to around me. And I usually crack joke when I advise young people. If you see somebody that is dressed in a tattered way like that and everything, if you get into an office, is that the person you will approach, or you will approach somebody who is well dressed, that you feel that this person is organized in his own way? So that's on that point. I think one of the things, maybe I could give specific examples, and I'm happy the first speaker made reference to University of Vienna, where I've given talks and lectures before. University of Liverpool, because I also happen to have gone to school in University of Glasgow, and I had the opportunity of coming to Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene to even give a talk there. But one of the points I want to make reference to is on the issue of maybe let me put it this way. It's on the issue of if a certificate guarantees you job, and skills guarantees your performance in the place. Let me put it bluntly. There are many people who have the same certificates and everything as you. It is your level of skill and competence that will determine to the extent to which you will be marketable. Let me just be very clear. I happen to have worked in State Hospital AKURE between about 1986 to about 91. Yeah, around that period, the dedication and everything that I was putting into what I was doing and everything, I remember my colleagues used to laugh at me that you are doing the work of this person, they are paying you at this level. But the truth is that the skills that you get, they remain permanent with you. It doesn't go away. And just to finish with this one because of time. And on one of the occasions, we went to Lagos for a training and everything. Even when you think people are not seeing what you are doing, or the people don't know, in the place when we're doing that training and everything, one of the senior people training them approached me there and said, Dr. Dairo, we've heard so much about you. We would like you to come and help us do this job and everything, because this is what people have been talking about you, what you have done and everything. So people will know what you are doing, and they value it. And I can tell you those skills and everything that I put together added up all the things that helped me to get to where I am today. It is the same thing that I put together as the State Hospital AKURE there. I was able to develop when I got to Lagos, and when I went to Scotland, I advanced on that one. And from there, that's what helped me to the job that I'm doing today. And I believe that it's still going to take me to a higher level. So in rounding up, is that it is not mutually exclusive. It is depending on the level to which you want to pitch your career or your calling. Certification, in the places where you need certificate, you need it. Number two, it depends that the input you put to it, which means your diligence, your determination, and you doing the work very well, will build the right skills for you to be able to market yourself, to be able to perform very well. And even when you start your business in future, those things will help you, because if you go and start business without the skills and competence to do it, I'm sorry to say that even if you have money to employ the people can bail out on you any day, anytime, because they know that you don't know how to do it. Then the third one that I want you to note is that if you know that you are not going to be able to put in your best to get to the top of the level to perform, look at the skills and the vocational areas where you want to develop your skills and competence. Very soon in Nigeria, construction, electrical, auto mechanic, all those things, they will be professionalized in such a way that it is only those who know how to do it very well that will be sustained. I mean, the furniture, to be able to do the right furniture. Those things are there are things that are missing in that environment. So look at the things that I feel. And last but not the least is that if you feel that something, God is laying it on your hand, farming is an area that we have not given enough attention to in that place. I mean, I'm sorry to say we're in AKURE there. Sometimes I feel very sad when they say we're waiting for tomato from somewhere, we're waiting for yam from somewhere. When I was young, we were doing it everywhere. There's no reason why we cannot farm everywhere in the state. Not only feed ourselves, feed other places that are around us in the southwest or even up to Lagos. So thank you. I know that I've spoken for quite some time, but I will appreciate if there are questions that you want to ask me specifically. And I also want to tell Pastor Wale Akindumi, if any of the youth feel like approaching me to ask about their specific mentorship or advice, please feel free to let them reach out to me. They can reach out to you, and then you'll find a way of making them to reach out to me. Thank you. Hello? I'm not sure if okay. I'm not hearing. Sorry.
Why inspired to actually acquire skills, except when in a professional career and then doctor and architect, because we have to perform how you are trained that you. But every other person goes to school more like, let me just get this certificate by which I can apply for a job. So I think one thing that we must cure ourselves from is the disease of our parents. We must purge ourselves from that mentality that I'm going to school to get this certificate. No, just like you've been told, the certificate only certifies that you're supposed to have a skill.
If at any point in time you are found not to have that skill, your employer will kick you out. The certificate is supposed to prove that you have a skill. Now, in a scenario where the jobs are not there, if you really have a skill, you would have been able to find something to do. Unfortunately, most of us went through the school. The school did not go through us. Even our lecturers did not teach us with the mindset of imparting the skill. And that's why, when I was trying to enter UI, one of the media is a good school. So all the lectures are set, have central is that probably have not worked 20 years practice. And we have a department of technology, electrical, mechanical. And my headache used to be, can they make these practicals for students? Can we do so? In the training itself is suffering from that disease of job mentality rather than skill. But you see, your headache is your headache. You cannot cut my head so that your headache can be solved. And that's why when Nigerians go to school in the UK or outside the country, it takes them a while to adapt because there, most schools are not even following the didactic theory any longer. It's independent learning. If you go to Harvard Medical School, you will not write any exam. You graduate. You are not going to write any exam. It's self-directed learning. You will only be doing discussions. You will only be doing presentations. And your assessment is based on your participation during the presentation. So that's why we need to secure ourselves from a lecturer giving me handouts, or a lecturer did not teach me everything. I want to ask the question that which building is the most important building we invest in? A Nigerian university is the lecturer, but the reality is that the biggest infrastructure in the university is the library. Yeah, like Daddy said, you are given a skeleton. Go and build the human being. You are supposed to spend far more time having to be deep you were given in class. So that you can, because you went with the vision of coming up with a skill. That's the way it should be. That I went to university to become skilled in something. Not to pass exams, not to even finish with the first class. In the process, you finish with the first class. If your mentality, your objective is, I want to acquire a skill. And we work with what you have. Those the labs are not good. Professor Shoko will always tell us when he started neurosurgery, he a renowned neurosurgeon from Nigeria. He started giving lectures where other doctors pay $10,000 for 1 hour. So if he does 4 hours, they are paying $40,000. If 100 people come, you can imagine how much he went home with from that lecture. You have to improvise. You do not have to sit down for 20 years. Yes, we will do brain surgery. He said sometimes you have to inject air into the spinal cord, and then the air will float into the brain, and then they do X-ray so that they can see. Good method, but you will get results. You already know what you want to come out with, and the environment is created to make this thing happen. So I go there with the mindset of them. The only lucky people amongst us are those of us that went for this. But and you know the funny thing, people don't know that the way the medical student live his life is also the way every other person should live their life. Because the reality that the way is just a when you get to the world and you meet challenges, you go back to check the books and get it yourself. Same thing. If you are learning to learn, you go to the world, find out what I can do, what I can add to my knowledge to get the skills. That's one thing I want to say about the basic education. Then, as regards skills and certificates, that your certificate only is your only evidence that you have the skill. Your proof that you have the skill is a certificate. But life will not tolerate that you have certificates and you don't have skill. Nobody will come with first class. After 1 month, you can't perform, they will kick you out. If they manage to put together a third class, but to prove that you have the skill, then if you start working for yourself, you tell your clients, say, I have first class, and the first class farmer, please buy my tomato because it was produced by first class. If the products that you have that they will use to buy your product that people want to see. So that will be something now. Then I so we must deliver ourselves from that job mentality. With another thing I realized was something about the Nigerian job market, and that's the absence of vision. And this thing has died from primary school all the way up. When I speak to teenagers, when I was in primary school, ask anybody in primary school, they know what they want to do. Even though they may change it over time, but this concept of vision, it has died. You meet somebody writing WAEC and he still does not know what he wants to do. He told you medicine last week, this week is computer science, I want you. Then what's the relationship? So I think something happened to us that fractured us somewhere along the way. That made us become visionless people. So you just want to get into the university. If they give you poo as a course, let me just enter the university and get the degree. So you went there for the wrong reason. You didn't go there with the concept of what you want, the output in the proper talking about output. You didn't have output. So that needs to be altered. Then the other challenge is that you will serve other people when you are. Nigeria is in a slavery, voluntary slavery mode. And the only reason we don't know ourselves, we don't know ourselves. As long as they know nationalism and they know altruism, you will not find yourself. People will define you for you. You want to go to Canada now. Some people will just probably do what they do, agric, economics, or something, and then we get to the UK. And then we see that I have to pay a lot to go and then get back for 3 months. And then it's not carrying all the work that the white man will not do. You want to do it. And you do the free because that makes money. That's slavery. Then you forget to say, let me get more money, let me go and do RM. When you become a sadness, you become a clown. Anywhere the latest man. So it's because we don't have our training. We don't know what it is to live for other people. What it means to find something to do with my life, productive existence. That's why we have become subject to whether it's a big or skill. So it's really important to organize yourself to grade. You are too great to become somebody that is begging. Somebody came to my office to help me to sign that she has worked for me. To go and be cleaning people there. She has a degree in business administration. She can't, but because she's only looking at self, I want to escape. She cannot find problem here. Whereas Nigerians abroad are coming back home because they find problems that they want to solve. They feel like there is nothing to do. So they come home and say, so much to do here. Let me find something. All the people starting, there are 3 girls that are doing interior design. One is into carpentry, one is can't remember now. Making a lot of things, a lot of money. She was a banker in the corporate world. She came back to start interior design, carpentry, and only interior design. She started carpentry, and then they do workshop. Now we are here, we can see it's something we need to shift. This entitlement mentality that you hold somebody's on, you hold yourself. Nobody holds it. Your lecturer does not hold you the right of knowledge. Don't come to him that you must give you knowledge. No, you will put yourself and get the knowledge whichever way you can, get the skill whichever way you can. You must be delivered from that entitled mentality, and that's the skill. Yeah, just like the one by people decide that, yeah, I cannot find anybody to throw inside the water. I cannot do something, redefine your life now. Then, so this is all challenges is okay, you have friends, they are everywhere. Those people are in Nigeria, they are everywhere, they are in the internet. You are the one that will not sit down that project. You have to look beyond the project. Why am I here? What I want to do. You have us that will call you all manner of things. Abuse your father, call your father, and then your son is doing this thing is like. But you have to define your own thing.
I don't want to now. I'm coming back. Okay, coming back to this. Some videos that come up, and I want us to just tidy them up. You have spoken about some of them. Prof has spoken about some of them, and Dr. Lee. Naturally, everybody have mentioned things. And so let me ask for and then in the meantime, please, if you have questions on the floor, have questions, please can you get them to Kylie through them. Okay? If you have questions, please get them across. Now, from we're looking at, we mentioned it by the way, but then I want us to look at, because I'm hoping that at the end of this program, not just have what we call we're going to have a communique. We're going to have a communique coming out of this program. So, and that communique, we want you to address the different, sides of what we're talking about. What is the role of a system in what we're talking about? So, what is the role of a system? For instance, when we're talking about system, we're talking about university. We're talking, for instance, about job. I remember when I had the opportunity of teaching entrepreneurship at university to 100 levels. And out of that class, over 90% said and agreed that if they have been taught of things, if they have been aware of some things, before coming to school, they will not be running office, the jobs. So, what is the role, what is the responsibility? Can we, I don't, it's not a matter of apportioning blame, but it's a matter of how do we, maneuver ourselves in the life of all of us, and what messages we want to pass to the authorities.
Thank you, my friend. Sometimes I'm quite. You see, the issue of the system is a wide thing out there, but the system is made up of so many things. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, much of it relies on government and legislation. For instance, Rawale and I, we went to establish King's University Entrepreneurship Center. At the end of it, the system picked us up. They didn't pay us for what we did. System. And because we were people who wanted to give knowledge, we didn't want that. People were paying half of what they agreed to pay us in the beginning. Now, people that people the more money that was supposed to have been given from free. System goes beyond even that. Now in the university system, now you are supposed to have an commercial education. Okay, in the AAU, when I came to the director of commercial, I overturned the whole thing that was there. And everybody applauded the whole thing. So even the biologists was sort of taught the history of biology. How the priests in the beginning were experimenting, even though they were not taught. How you understand what I'm saying? They were not taught genetics. And they came and did this thing on their own. That was what we were trying to bring out from. So that now that you are taught, You now have a better opportunity to think, but at the end of it all, the whole series decisions. That's your system. You talked about JAM just now. When I got to the university in May, JAM was only supposed to be a clearing house. Now JAM is the all involved, taking over even the responsibility of state. And that's one of the things that we're fighting now, that everybody is saying that to divide money now. As you say, for JAM is only a clearing house. You can't tell me the kind of students I want to take in my university. JAM is not telling us that you need mathematics for law. And we are saying, no, you don't need mathematics. It's okay that when somebody wants mathematics, you will demonstrate his capability when he gets to the lecture room. So if you have mathematics and helps him, no, if you don't have any gets out of school. But here now, you have to have a credit mathematics for somebody who wants to think in terms of legislation and all that. I hope you know what I'm saying. And at the end of it all, JAM will say, oh, if you didn't do physics, chemistry, mathematics, you're not do computer science. But everybody knows that if you do English literature and you just know that I want to do computer science. So as long as you can cope within the system. But you see, the problem is that the politicians, I'm sorry to say, have come into the system and they are part of us. Even the professors are also willing to for the politician. You come in, today we have 1, 2, 3 system, 6, 3, 3, 4 system, 7, 7, 7 system, all manners of systems that have no more. Now you have to pay. Doing A level in 1 year. When I did A level was 2 years and it was almost impossible for us to finish the syllabus system. And because the literates are actually the ones that are your Minister of Education is a journalist. And the junior minister is a professor. Your Minister of Labor Relations is a medical doctor. According to doctors don't know much about how to do monthly because they put injections to you and they are just waiting for their thing. It's not about how you scream, how you cry. Apology. The Minister of Works and Housing is a lawyer. Now you're talking of system. Sorry, if we are teaching education and you put Prawale as Minister for the National Development Authority, Director of the Country, you know what's going to put there is going to be different for somebody who is coming from the field of mathematics. And you know mathematicians, they carry their bag and they are working like this and there's the bag calculating and calculating. We need to look at our system again. Permit me, I'm not campaigning. I wish I could have a very international the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because you know about government. But the people who are really not, they know about government. The people who are directly the place for development is the system. That's where we are. Even in the university system, now we are having a change of mind in the university, how to fund public university. But the people who are there, who are they? The people who have been waiting for government subvention before. We are saying that if we want to run a university now, subvention should come just as an additional from government. I'm not talking of something. If my university has a major building in Abuja, because Abuja is sitting inside the valley, with major buildings on the right and the left, and we call somebody to come in and start crushing the stone, we make money. If we make 150 million naira every month, you can imagine how the university runs. But the point is, those who are running our system, how knowledgeable are they? And unfortunately, those who are knowledgeable, they don't have the opportunity of coming into the system to dictate. So we have no problem. Thank you. So this is the way of which I want to tell about this. I want to get practical in the course of are we trying to solve this problem? Are we just, are we just going to think now? How do we go about it? First of all, the new thought of the constitution, the constitutional new thought wants to make a statement. Whatever statement we are making there will matter because we are going to push those statements out. What do we want how we go about it?
First of all, let me commend you. You are my bride.
As many of you and I see people who are excelling better and more better than you that I see outside. That's the first thing. Your life is a book, a testimony that others out there are reading. What do we see? The confessionals. Forget about the rest of them. Make your own statements what you want. You see, in biology, there's what we call fragmentation. We live in a fragmented society. You're doing this, doing here, doing this, and doing, and everybody is thinking, oh, there's nothing I can do. First of all, do your own bit where you are. Before you know what's happening, there will be a connection from here to there. A connection before you know what's happening, something will change. But when everybody sits back and says, it won't come in, at the end of it all, I've pointed at that. Because, for instance, how many of you have finished here? How many? Let me see your hand. If you have permanent voters card, let me see your hand. Not up to that. Now, let me tell you something. The election comes to the and I'm going to vote. How many of you are going to vote? Let us be sincere. Don't take offers. You see, you want to change the system. First of all, if you have an opportunity of making your voice heard, go there. There are men who can change the system. Unfortunately, they are in the wrong environment who cannot succeed within the system where there is opportunity. That does not mean you cannot continue to make your noise where you are. There are people who are irritants to Friday on quotes. Whenever they talk, Friday will go on and listen to them. They won't want them to be inside the mist, but they are going to listen to what they have to say. And what they are getting that money, all you can do. Because we are growing in pride. It's not for today, not for my own generation. Not for your own generation, but it's actually going to come. When all these things I was talking about were released, I see a bigger and better Nigeria. But when everybody sits back, will come in, then I'm coming.
Thank you so very much, bro. Please put your hands together. I want us to take 2 more calls before I will come back to Dr. Lusman. Can we have, I know there's still Shiruani and there's still incidentally, is somebody I would love us to listen to. Himself and one of others. Is read Agric engineering, and right now he's an IT consultant. I have another person, unfortunately, I'm not too sure which agent to send voice to us. Kenny, now she's Kenny Balamas. Kenny Balamas also read Agric engineering. Now she's one of Nigeria's foremost field leaders. And she decided to go and make only Christian. Sincerely. She will tell you so, are you ready for us to condemn?
Consultancy agency based in Lagos. Talking about skills versus certificate. I think my point essentially would be that everything is important, everything is important and data. I'm proud of those that 10 years plus post university, I've never used my certificate to do anything. Essentially, my certificate I've never used it. I studied agriculture engineering, University of Technology, AKURE, and presently I work as an IT professional. So I've never had any essentially my certificate up until now. I've solely relied on my skill sets. However, for the sake of this topic, like I said, balance is the key to nature. Everything in nature strikes balance. That's when we have the white and black, we have day and night, we have up and down. Okay? So everything in nature strikes with balance. And I think there is that balance we should be talking about. So the life of that certificate definitely be much harder
So certificate gets you into the okay, that certificates automatically you are mission list. So we take for example, you need something for a particular role or a particular project or a particular job. What we tell you is to send in your profile. So if you send in your profile, and most of the time, Google judges what they see. So your profile, that certificate and all, there's a chance that you likely will be shortlisted. You might have the skill set, but you don't have the certificates part of the skill set. So they might not, you might not be shortlisted because of that. However, if you have the certificates and you have the skill set, and you present it on the shortlisted, it's I mean, you still have to compete for that project. Even when you get through the door, okay, when you get through the door, you still have to compete for that project. And that's where skill set comes in. So the skill set allows you to not to remain within and also grow. So it allows you to not just get into the door, but also allows you to grow. So I in a good way, I would encourage that as much as certificates are good, skill for me, skill sets are more important. However, we should have to strike a balance between those certificates and having the right skill sets. And with that, I really need it. Right? Thank you very much.
Okay, there's still one more. Okay, before that one comes, I'd like us to have a contribution. Please let Calvin know now. We'll take contributions from the floor, but then please, you're going to be very brief, just go straight forward to the point. And if you have a question, that said, if anyone has a question, please send your question. Are you ready for us? Let's just take one more. Then we'll take contributions.
My name is Shemualabi, and I'm an engineer, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a social entrepreneurship player, and I've been in this space for many years. I'm based in Lagos, and I'm speaking on this very interesting topic of skills versus certificates, where the balance is. So this is a very important discussion because I see many discussions as well to the right of the left of it, and it's very important to establish what the balance is. Those to the right, there's so much focus on certificates, so that means to establish certificates can be very much disconnected from capability. People have first class in many Nigerian universities that they are able to do something tangible in the workplace, or the certificates are disconnected from the skills required, things like teamwork, things like ability to, hold conversations, ability to network. These are some things that the school system does not necessarily develop in people, and these are critical skills in the workplace. And on the left side of the forget about the certificates, which are going out of fashion, let them go with skills. Skills is all you need. There's also setting that hey, certificate can do a lot. Certification is critical. It helps what you like to do. Certificates where certificates get you there, skill will keep you there. So in some spaces where the certificate of what's a record of what you have done or what you are able to do, what you have studied is what gets you into the room. So if you are able to even get into the room, how do you tell what skills you have? So certificates are good, but just to know that certificates does not necessarily connote skills. So it's important to get the right kind of skills, and that is practical skills. What really can you do? What are global practices in this space? Am I comparing myself to local environment or at the international dimension? And Google and the YouTubers democratize knowledge. So there's no excuse for not having skills. So you can attend the university in Ibadan, in Lagos, or wherever. But at the same time, you can take courses, specific courses online. Many of them free from other universities around the world, or many other platforms, and you can develop reach. So there's not self-development that's necessary to develop real skills that a certificate might not present. and might be important in your life journey. So the balance must be struck depending on who you are and where you are. Thank you.
So thank you so very much for this contribution. Incidentally, I remember I asked Shewulu after this, where do you feel the balance feels? It says, I think it says 60-40, 60 for skills, 40 for certification. In the case of the identity, it said 80 for skills, 20 for certification. But then we need to be able to ask ourselves other questions. Is it? Are we looking at certification or certificates? You know, as only university is certificate is are we getting it now? Certification is a continuum. So, and when you're talking about that, that's your proof of the skill. And when you're looking at that, are you saying that those certificates that you collect at the end of probably the training for a skill are not important because we need to, but then we'll come to some dissecting later on. We don't have all the time. I'm going to call on people from the floor. I'm going to ask also, please make it very brief. We have spent much time already, but then this is also very important. Will you please ask, is coming online or here? Okay, thank you here. Please help let me have a mic and speak.
Thank you so much, sir. My name is Benny Adibaro, a graduate of English and Literary Studies at AKURE, but currently a plumber. I know it's funny, but when we are talking about certificates and skills, there is something we are saying we may not be getting right. Certificates, I think, is an evidence to prove that you acquire a knowledge in a particular discipline. Me being a plumber, I also have a certificate, which I can use to prove to people that yes, I am skilled in this aspect. But that will not guarantee my performance. That is my level of competence in that line. But when we're talking about certification, to someone from outside, and government is not giving us teachers. So we are looking for someone outside, and I don't want to situation whereby it will look as if we are taking the job away from him. You now ask me, which other can you use? I said, my English studies. He said, those teachers will use you. They will use you because they like the then I opened the back. I saw in the rest, this. Then he said, you said this was English, right? I said, yes. He said, can you design the curriculum for? I was like, how am I going to design the curriculum for? He said, you studied English now. Use your English. So teach them what to do. Practical. Then I said, no problem. He now said in Ghana that there is a way to train you that if you are learning a skill, it is a must. Then now said they give me a book. A test that I should design a curriculum on that. To God be the glory, I designed the curriculum. And as of last year, I think last year, the students start plumbing and piping in Neko and White. I only spent a few months there. And to God be the glory, the greatest joy that I've always been earning from there before I finished from an international service here. The police came over, they picked the news, The news is always with me. That has always been what wherever I get to, and they be like, are you sure? This is the news now. People, am I right out there? So ever since then, I've decided to fight that even in my children, that my children, my grandchildren, I always say, this is what your father has acquired. So when people now start saying education and staff, I'll be like, look, education and staff. So, but mind you, this theory was provided by some set of people who want to discourage you from acquiring this knowledge. Where I work currently, I will currently work with a construction company. I'm in the new government college in AKURE. When I got there, those one thing, when they were in session, and we got to the point that this is my certificate, we don't need it because we cannot pay for it. We want to pay based on your skill. And the moment I show them that news, yes, you are good. From this, we know you are good, we will employ you. But getting the informer, smart guys are my informer, only told me that he came to this company to come and learn to be a laborer. Later, he now learned this plumbing. And now we are under me. Forget your certificate. I don't want to hear anything. If you don't say you want your certificate, why you don't go work and be all this and that? The frustration, all that. But I just felt this is not why I'm here. But ever since then, those are the challenges we are facing. The soul of go to school, we acquire knowledge. But in the streets there, how do we survive? Those people we are meeting in the street, when they discover the most things they say, somebody will also get me and say, you don't need this comment skill, you know, go and acquire more outside. I was like, no. I'm okay with this, don't let me acquire much more knowledge of this by getting trade tests and every other thing that will be okay for this line.
Okay, thank you so very much, Femi Adeba. Thank you for trying to run and see, and you'll be very useful for some of the things that we're proposing already. Let me say something that has come up from here. Incidentally, I have one of my questions here, and that question is, look, what if somebody decides, I remember Rodney, that pastor now, I kept on talking about the CEO who, things go to school and is doing wonderful things. What about if you choose not to go to school, but you choose to acquire those skills? I mean, when I say not to school, I mean, I'm not talking about but then not to go to all those schools. You see, it's like we're not in certificate, we have become certificate centric, such things. And the certificates don't mean anything to us again anyway. And so, can we look at the possibility of somebody just like, I didn't know there's going to be a case like that when I was putting on paper here. Somebody who, he even went to the university, but maybe somebody just decided not to go to the university at all, or from secondary school, says, this is where I'm going to. And he keeps doing that. As he's doing that, he's taking all other necessary things from where he goes. When Dr. Dosku comes, he's going to be addressing that. And he's also going to be addressing the issue of the society. The society, what they're looking, the way they are looking at you and all of this. We're going to be looking at that. Let me take another question very quickly because of our time. Can we ask Joy to come up? Joy NSC. No, Joy NSC now. No. Oh, it's Joy there. Okay, can you come up? That one I want to speak that.
Yes. Okay, my question is this. Because when Dr. Response was saying something like, we have this challenge of when going to school in the first place without even knowing what exactly they want to do. Like, he gave an example whereby today you can hear a young person say, okay, I want to study medicine, and then tomorrow, something else. And then tomorrow you get something else. But there is this other hand that we have some persons that they know what they want. They know what they want to study. So they go to school and then they are so focused on that particular thing. But it's actually so discouraging that after going through school for something you're very passionate about and that is what you really want to do in life, and then you come out of school and then there is no job in that field at all. And then you hear people they start telling you things like, in this generation that we are, you can't just go to school and expect that that is all. You have to go for a skill. So what is the point of me going to school for something I really love to do? Whereby I still have to finish school and then go and study something else again, just for the money of it. And then there's also this part too that, for example, I finished school with BSc geology, and today I'm a photographer. Now there are also persons that they don't want to maybe things that don't study like fashion design and all of that, photography, graphic design, but there's no platform for them to actually get the school certificates in quotes. I know there are photography schools and all of that. But how about if I think this is what I want to do? And instead of going for 4 years, study something that I'm not even going to, there is no platform for me to say, okay, I'm going to uni learning and start studying photography as a course in the university. So I want us to say something about these two things.
Okay, thank you so very much. I don't want to respond because I'm going to allow others to respond to that. Please confirm, okay, Dr. Henry is not online anymore. Okay, can I have Paul? Did you have a question?
It's not the ministry for really.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Pastor Lady.
Yeah, first of all, react to what Gary said. Yeah, Pastor King was mentioned who traveled to school. It's everywhere. I want to say when you are alone. I want to say when you are alone, you're like a woman. That's how I work in this. I identified that when I was struggling to get balance in my life. I first of all looked for money. That was really, I did engineering. It was money that landed me back. The mentality of go to school, graduate, and become rich. That was the first mentality that thank God I had and that changed. If not for that, I would have gone to banking, having done engineering. So as soon as I discovered something about Nigeria needs certificates to open any law. See that you like it, you need certificates. It's only in the developed country or the UK or whatever that we can just be a photographer and we make it that way. That will not happen in Nigeria. It will happen. Even this. So when you are in an environment, you study what is saying in that environment. People don't have your purpose in your pocket. You have your purpose, then you look at how can I, in this difficult environment, how can I fulfill this purpose? While I still continue with what is happening in that environment. So immediately I discovered that, I just saw that I spent over 10 years in banking. I've forgotten all the things I read about vertical economics. Then I have vision. How do I move forward? I look at what can I do? I am a teacher. I can teach. This banking from day one I started banking, I don't like it, and I don't want it. I was complaining to my sister. My sister it was one that was sent to me saying, David, my native name is Olalevi. You everybody called me Mary from my father's side. She said, Mary, I want to cancel you that the labor law in this banking job and see that from there God will send somebody to you. She was the one who encouraged me to love the job, even though I think love is not represented. So when I now say, okay, what can I do to meet my own purpose in life? Okay, let me now do something in the line of finance. What I am looking for is what will take me to a pedestal where I can meet my purpose. Because people call, I'm not an accountant. I tell you, I'm not an accountant. What I am looking for, I am gotten it by that certificate. So I decided to find there people give me an accounting job. I can do accounting job, I teach it, but I'm not an accountant. I have been able to get what I'm looking for. Yeah. So in Nigeria, you must have that side. Let me give you an example. I'm a project manager. I give work to people. The closest person to me that I love to give, if I have my way to give all my job, is not educated. And I can limit to the job I can give him. And the job I can give him are the most lucrative. I have a job I'm in my hand now, job of 150 million, job of 97 million. I can't give him because they will ask, who is this? Is he an engineer? They will ask, where is your engineer? And it's not just an engineering graduate, a current registered engineer. Now, I'm not to give him a job of 200 million. He's faithful, he's up and running, but I can't. Are you getting it now? So he can do it. He can do it. But he does not have the key that opens door to people that matter. Like my brother, Femi Adebayo. I can take him to anywhere. I will just tell my anybody, he's a graduate of English language, number. They want to meet him. Do you know what people ask me when I tell them I'm a child accountant that I did an exam? They want to do many things with me. They want to do many things. People ask, there was a day I attended an interview, they looked at my CV. They forgot everything they wanted to ask completely. They were questioning me. How come became my interview? So I escaped all the questions they were asking, and it was just a discussion between us. So please, in Nigeria, you need certificates. No matter how technical you are, there are some places you can enter. Let me tell you now, if I am giving job of 10 million, 50 million without testing, I am just risking it. So the skill is very, very good, but it is good in some environment without certificates. In Nigeria, if you don't have certificates, you have a limit. I have experienced this, and I know what I'm talking about.
Thank you very much. Let me put your hands together. Please put your hands together. Let me put your hands together. Saying the even though environment based education is not it may not be universal. There is a level of education of the other education. Even training, yes, that will probably even come as a postgraduate certification. Okay.
Let me just clarify. In the United Kingdom, there's a lead several years. If you want to employ a plumber first, to come to your house now, some person, I'm not asking for evidence. Everybody asks for evidence, and that is evidence. If you want to be a driver, somebody says, I need a taxi driver. You say, oh, show me your name. What would I ask for first? Your driving license. I'm not going to take a risk. Look at what you can do first. I want to know, are you certified to do this? Remember one thing, and I keep on saying it. See, every profession that you undertake, there is need for certification. It might not be BSc, it might not be MSc, but there is need for a certificate that a proof that you have gone through tuition in that field and you are qualified to render services. It now depends on you getting there and display your ability to render those services. That has been an
Thank you very much, sir. I'm told Joshua, each of the Joshua will ask questions. Okay. Hello, I don't need to thank you very much. We're now running up now, but then there are issues to be noted together, and I've handed all of them over to the teams.
Praise the Lord. We don't have time. Let's be asking us. The first thing is that if you have missed your way, you need to find a way. That's been something that you never had interest in it, and you have PhD, but you can't, you don't have skill in it yet, and you never have interest in it. I want to say that I want to also add this as an anecdote. Life has a graph. The best time to acquire skill and knowledge is now. After a while, you will have passed that graph. That's the thing. You can still learn, you still learning there, but it will be with more sweat and more pain and more regrets. So I want to say that this time that you haven't been in school or you're around school or doing post school, learn all you can learn. Be a master of many skills, not just one or two. Yes, there is a little of passion that I have a singular passion. It's not enough. We are too complex a human being to sit on one thing. You have many facets to who you are. So explore it. It does not even mean that you're going to use all of them, but explore yourself to the limit. Don't be stuck, don't waste your life on what does not count. Don't socialize you are old. You're learning something, you're putting yourself every day. Because this is the stage to learn. That's it good for a young man to bear his yoke in his youth. Because it will be difficult to bear it to back with them. Bear your yoke now, learn all you can learn. Don't be silly. Don't chase money. You are freedom to be looking for money. You should be looking for so much skill that money will be looking for you later. Don't be too silly. Don't follow this Yahoo mentality that you have. This materialistic mentality and young person, your parents, oh, the only thing that regulates you is money. You are going to waste. It is too early to be doing that. Acquire all the skills you can acquire, all the information you can acquire. Money will find you. I will never forget the interview of this guy, I can't remember his name, budget, in Chatham House in the UK. When I studied what he was doing, it was very foolish. They are just doing infographics of budget analysis and expenditure. Somebody asked him, who is going to pay for it? And that was not the thing today. He said, I'm not going to pay for it. If I create value, somebody somewhere will pay for it. That thing struck me because when I now saw him in Chatham House, I now knew that truly if you create value, nobody sees it now. Somebody will pay for it. Now he's a consultant. He lets his banking to do something that you don't have any pay. He does infographics, somebody pays him. But now if he is having an infographic company, he's a consultant. They call him to come and let them make information easy for people to assimilate. Yes, they pay him now, and he's an international personality. So please let me deliver from India. We are waiting. This crypto, and it's not like you should not get cryptocurrency knowledge. Get all the crypto thing you can get, but don't be stupid. Don't put your life on debt. Don't be wishing for luck when you can be gathering skills that people beg you later to allow them pay you for. That's what I want to say. So this is your mission. Now I want to give 4 steps to get. The first thing is that you need to know who you are. The biggest damage they have done to you, your parents did it, society did it, you don't know who you are, you don't know what it is to be a man. The angels look at you and say, who is man that thou art mindful of him? Or the son of man that you should care? You can't replace it. You are not to Christ like a seed of Abraham. You are the only one that has the right to take it much. Why would you let somebody give you to be like they do Jacob? Jacob Christ tonight. They use you to work for them, and they are the ones getting all the glory and all the money. Because the only person can make this get breakthrough. Every other person is under a cost. You are the only one that carry the person that reverses the cost. So if you don't know who you are, you will not have an intrinsic awareness that I am something breaking to happen. It's just how to bring myself out that's the problem. The second thing that you need to be God aware. You need to be God aware because it is a source of absolutely good and perfect gifts from God. So you need to be God aware. Then the third thing is that you need to have a vision. Now, you may have not had vision, but you can get it. All you need to do is stand upon your watch and see what He will say to you. Become a prayer machine. Ask God, God, you made me this way. Why did you make me like this? Because I know the thoughts I have towards you. They are for good, not for evil, to bring you to have a vision for you. You may not have vision, God has vision for you. You need to find that vision that you don't miss your life or what does not come. Don't be a Jacob that is at 120, you say I will live what they think. I will build my life in the last 5 years. So the third thing is that you need to offer a sacrifice. That is the way. There is no other way. The fools who think that they can get shortcuts, they offer more sacrifice than the reasonable people. They kill themselves. Those who are, you are very friendly to people that did Yahoo and is not doing people because they say that they don't. The first was a Yahoo boy. Then now started because that's the way to make money from. You have that large block capital to be able to handle it rather than 200 million, 300 million. Now, those guys don't sleep. I give them job every day just they have mental problem. They are sick. That's why they have to take so much alcohol and they have to take drugs.
Interviewed the mother with myself at the counselor for the center. I told the mother sometime in that discussion, I said, you are in Lagos, but your son is drinking paracetamol for your headache. He said, what? I said, yes. When you have a little quarrel, a little squabble with your husband, the first person you call is your son because you are so close. And the boy will be, and the second thing is that the boy has never gotten a no for an answer, and the mother confirmed it. And the first no he was getting was what wanted him to commit suicide for. What was it? He asked a girl, in their class, to be his boyfriend. Girlfriend, thank you.
And
the girl said,
about that, he was looking like a madman to his mother. He said he was selling, his dropped out was going to be selling what they call AKURE. The dropped out was going to be selling AKURE to his mother. And yes, he came back home and tell his mother, I'm going to be I'm going to be a multi-millionaire, and we have companies inside Nigeria, outside Nigeria. His mother said, for what you don't think is money, you have to say what you see. Or see what you say. Just say. You have to say it. You have to say it. I'm going to be influential. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be a blessing. I'm going to be announced everywhere, Nigeria, Germany, every you need to speak your reality. As you speak it in chatting, because that says you will have whatever you say. So don't let the devil keep you quiet. Don't let him make you say negative things about yourself. You need to say the positive, and your reality will be manifest. So vision, we did I think about facts of things like that. Diversify, so you need to say the one thing. Then you can explore your reality. Then we can survive the system. We can't survive. We are the only ones given the right to survive the system. Look at what we have always wondered. Is anybody Jesus. It has been a headache for me. So the thing I read about their company is a shame for me that they carry the shame everywhere. And the seed of Abraham, and I cannot do what I want to do. Something is wrong with my anointing. Something is wrong. The man is surviving the system. People have been stealing donor funds as well as let us do it well. And let us seize all the donor funds. The wisdom of Daniel, figure out how to subvert the system. How to, education is not working. Figure out how to subvert. Let the wisdom of God come to you. Come down to subvert it. Healthcare is not working. Let the wisdom of God come to you. On how to subvert it. There is no light. Let the wisdom of God come to you. On how, you know the things they cry about. They are so in a born for a time as this. You should take it up as a responsibility. Like, oh, I'm here, I cannot do this problem by me. So please, let's deliver ourselves from the guidance of mentality. Then without school, there are some things you can leave. The situation makes you not to go to school. There are other ways around it. For example, you have a great skill. I know a woman that is here because she decorates for white. In fact, you can't afford that, but she's not grateful. Or she did the people when you school in the working for her. Employ them, give them good salaries they want. Paying 1 million naira, collect a job, make profit of 50 million naira, give them one out of it. Mother is not a pharmacy. You have a pharmacy employed. They have more than one pharmacy. The degrees is not a pharmacy, they are not to cars now. He's a Igbo boy that just goes for about to buy drugs. And he employs the pharmacy and uses his certificates. If you are an engineer, you are still get an engineer in money in money. He went to school to get the job, getting the job, staying, and he will be happy. So there are ways to subvert the system that you can deal with. So you must recover yourself. I must not be time that you're young and play with people now. Don't be wasting your life. And don't be wishing for love. There is no love in life. There is only, even God does not, there's no love, it's not a magician. He only gives you the power to make wealth. It doesn't make wealth to appear every day. So we have to get all that we can do. We can do anything that happens. Others are working. We can run up with wings as eagles. We can run and not be weary. When people are tired, we are not tired. We can work and not fail. Choose which one you want. If it's working, we still outwork everybody. If it's wrong, you outwork everybody. But if you are an eagle and you have decided that me, I don't want to operate in the league of men, I want to operate in the league of the angels, then we can also move into angels as eagles. So let us deliver ourselves from grasshopper mentality because we have what to say. Your ability to not perform is the lack of vision. Your ability to not see who you are and to not see who is for you. But what God said about you that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all you can ask or think. Please think. Think for God. Let God have something to do. Let God have something to do. You have seen what God eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, has not entered into the look. See, all the businesses that exist, don't be intimidated by them. Your own creativity is still there in the cooler. They are waiting for you to come and open it. You will bid one, you will bid that open, you will bid all of them hands down. But you need to see. You need to see. The Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Because we need people to enter those systems and change it for us. Very soon they are sending us to the next stage. From that Dangote's oil industry, I know that Dangote have studied it very well. I know that this is the next level of slavery for Nigeria and Africa, because not only Nigeria that Dangote is operating, it's a principality in Africa. He is the Son of God that is going to get that vision and create this reality for us. Take away these things from them. Bring about a new order that will be fair. And why should they ban us from buying cement? That we can buy 4,900. That we can buy is not 4,000. It doesn't make any sense. Israelites must arise and do what the sons of the bondman are used to enslave the nation. The Lord will help us in Jesus' name.
Please put your hands together.
I want all of us to do one exercise today. You know what you want to do. You know where you're going. There's a small block somewhere. Identify that. Then identify how you are going to overcome that. I'm not talking about those who don't know where they're going to, but those who know what they want and where they want to get to. They know that there's something that's blocking them. Identify it. Come forward. For instance, you see me sitting here. When I was in my level, I could not address anybody in English. I hope you are hearing me. I had government college by the voice as my classmate, and there were many cases of this great boy. But I knew that it was important for me at that particular time to make presentations. But I did something about it. And now I can address a kind of 10,000 ever being mistakes. I hope you know the reason why Joy got that job she got. Even me that day when she was making that presentation in the Becca, if I had a job that day, I would have given it to her. But the way she did the presentation.
Well, on this note, we'll be very grateful for today, but then we must go home with specific things. Not as I said now, because I think it was just really my mind. I want everybody. Please, this is an assignment. Everybody. This is, we will not be doing a talk show. Okay? This has been, towards developing the movement, taking you out of the world and placing you where you're supposed to be. I want you to go over some of the things that are there. I was saying, it's not enough for you to have passion. It's not enough for you. Purpose precedes passion. So you must have an understanding. Where am I going to? Why am I here? And Doctor was telling us about how we need to take over. You can't take over what you don't know. You can't take over where you don't have a basis of, of staying. So, by the grace of God, we're going to be collecting from you. We need to be Calvin. We're going to have, I don't know whether it's going to be WhatsApp
not the WhatsApp police. It shouldn't be about the individuals. Is there an email? People are going to be sending it to. Who am I? You must identify. I am so person. This is who I am. I'm not talking about, because of talking about who you are, you can talk about your degree. But it's not your degree first. It's your identification of yourself. Trust. And what do I want to be? What is hindering me from becoming great? We'll be addressing you individually, not the others. We'll be addressing you individually, and I know that by the grace of God, we'll be setting the people, on the right pedestal. But aside from that, and I'm going to stop that one with I'm ready for asking people to also partner with us. I've discovered that, particularly in this age, a lot of people don't understand. But not only in this age, I have to teach in the adult church. Afterwards, people start asking, what is this in the vision? What is this in my purpose? We are so privileged and forget. We will arrange, there must be a program, not just a program, but it will be a program. But in the course of that program, we'll be looking for people who are ready to identify themselves and identify themselves with those, of our society. With the problems of the society, the ones that we solve, but if you don't know yourself, you don't have the opinion of where you think, then you can't be solving a problem. So it's not going to be just this church. You are going to, even though you are in the church, you are going to, you are going to apply to the part of that meeting. Why? Because you will be ruler of the it must be people who have, a mind of becoming something. And I'm trusting God that will get there. What we're talking about, I call it a revolution. It's a change of, change of attitude, change of life, change of gas. Sincerely, if you feel, I was at the meeting in the adult church, they couldn't hold me because my mind was watching. I was praying, God, don't let me be rude the way I was thinking. Why? Because my heart, I knew that some God wanted to do some things in this place. And I don't have any regrets that this has held today. I'm trusting God that God in our lives, those are the scriptures, says what ears are not heard, what eyes have not seen. I want you to begin to dream. Begin to dream. And you don't dream of empty. You must be standing on the pedestal to begin to dream. What are you standing on? Begin to dream. Begin to look at challenges that are in the society. The one that there is definitely one that God has called you to solve, and you get to play. And Ephesians 3:20 says, it says, it says, now again, who is able to do anything abundantly more than what you can ask or think or imagine. That is what God says He can do. When He says according to the power that works in you. So, what is the power that is inside of you? And I tell you, there's a power. You will just tell that you have a seed of greatness inside of you. Your seed is just like a bad seed. You need something to strike against, and you will grow. And that's where we are going. Brothers and sisters, I want us to believe that God can do something wonderful through us in this case. That people, thank God for what happened and that accident event. And that's just one. We can do even much more. God has given us the platform. And just like we have said, look, the average Chinese does not believe in God. The average Russian does not believe in God. Even the Israelis, they don't believe in Jesus Christ. Yes, they are doing, wonders. You have grace. They don't have that grace. Are you getting me? So it means that when God wants to take you to, that
Whatever they can do is just the beginning. Are we getting it? Hello, somebody. Or am I just talking? Please, let's do it. Great things will come out of us in the name of the Lord. Once again, I want to thank you for this. I've done as much to do. It's a beginning, and I trust that you want to make nothing enough. And we will please put your hands together.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Dr. Thank you. These are also the challenge to do more and develop our life. More. Person comes one wait or rest and continually do something. So I know that we've been challenged before I hand over the person that we have used. I want to thank everyone that become the person so people contributed all that, especially I know the challenge with it. Yes, it's for us to go back and think of what we can do. Extraordinary people we see today were ordinary people. I'll tell you my story now. I grew up with a family where when I came back from school, nobody could check my homework, nobody could check everything, nobody could do my assignment stuff, nobody could teach me how to read, nobody could do everything. When I came back, my first class, you were very beautiful. Nobody could share me or I think I have done well. I was doing well, I was coming second from 2 to 6. In primary 1, I came 5th. In primary 2 to 6. So when I came to my first class, nobody could interpret it. My mother had it. Nobody could tell me about. Nobody could buy fried rice from me and ice cream for me for dinner. I guess I'm saying for the country. I know that God will help us to move further with Jesus. So let's take our offering that we trust also welcome the please begin and now find it to do. Sorry for taking all of your time today. Please, in 2 minutes time, who is sitting on?